Now, it's one of the mysteries of the modern world. Which bin should you put a standard disposable coffee cup into? Lots of cardboard means the green bin, but we can also sense that there's a bit of plastic there, which doesn't seem like the recycling sort of plastic. Like much of our recycling, it's a mess, but there is pressure to sort it out. In fact, the European Parliament overwhelmingly voted today to ban single-use plastic items such as straws and cotton buds in the EU from 2021. So that'll probably apply to us then. Coffee cups could be the next fight in the war against rubbish. Helen Thomas, our business editor, has been watching as the battle lines are drawn.
We're worried about where our coffee cups end up, but this is where they begin. The graphic packaging factory in Cheshire makes hundreds of millions of disposable cups each year. From here they head to coffee shops, cafes, supermarkets and petrol stations. Some of the estimated 2.5 billion coffee cups the UK uses every year. We've had the sugar tax and we've had the plastic bag charge, but this could be the next item to be hit by intervention aimed at changing our behaviour. The government wants to limit manufacturers' and consumers' use of non-recycled and single-use plastics. And one option is a cup levy. 25 pence or more on your daily brew. The coffee cup has become something of a poster child for the challenge of the UK's war on waste.
It's unfair. Paper cups make up 0.7% of UK packaging waste, 0.1% of household waste. They certainly seem to attract more attention, but it's important to stress that it's a product that is 100% recyclable and that they're being recycled today.
The sector's research claims a so-called latte levy could mean 11,000 job losses across manufacturing and retail.
3/4 of consumers who visit a coffee shop are going to another shop to spend money, and 1/3 of those have said that if a latte levy is introduced, they're going to go to coffee shops less. So we know that the high street is having a hard time at the moment, and the research would indicate that a latte levy is just going to make it tougher.
Here's the problem. Your average coffee cup is about 92% paper and 8% polyethylene, a plastic liner that prevents leaking. That combination means it needs special treatment at one of 5 UK recycling facilities that can separate the two. But the cups just aren't making it there. The statistics are disputed, but one estimate says that only 1 in 400 cups gets recycled, or 1/4%.
I think with all single-use throwaway plastic items, we need action both at the production level, so we need to see a tax on virgin plastic, and then on top of that, with items like coffee cups, we need to have a levy to discourage people from using them. They will carry on buying coffee, we can be certain of that. They will just be buying it in reusable cups or recyclable cups.
There are about 20,000 coffee shops in the UK, 4 times as many as in the year 2000, and the sector is still growing quickly. Waste company Veolia works with shops like Costa and Cafe Nero to get cups from stores. In Westminster, it's using street cleaners and dedicated street bins as part of a trial to find more for recycling.
These cups are everywhere, so we need to collect them. It's a logistical problem. The on-the-go scheme that we're doing in Westminster captures people walking down the street. If we put special bins in offices, that captures people that take a coffee cup from the shop to the office. We've also got large volumes that are going back from coffee shops to distribution centres, capturing huge amounts that way. So we kind of need all the schemes to make up the whole.
Veolia thinks it can collect 120 million cups next year, approaching 5% of the market. And the industry has set itself a target that 85% of cups will be recycled by 2030. This DS Smith recycling facility in Kent can separate out unwanted plastic before recycling paper cups. Handling the UK's 30,000 tonnes of coffee cup waste each year would only be about 3% of its capacity. A levy could cut disposable cup usage by 30% a year, according to one estimate, but the evidence suggests there's still widespread confusion about if cups can be recycled and where they need to go to become fresh paper. The real challenge is getting our cups to a facility like this that can handle them. And that's why a cup levy could only ever be part of the solution. The government is talking about a broader package of measures, and that could include an overhaul of what we recycle where and extra infrastructure to help tackle difficult items. Without change, say Greenpeace, we're set to quadruple the plastic we use by 2050.
We need more simplicity, so we need to have less complex, non-recyclable plastics. And once we get that simplicity, it'll be a lot easier to deal with our own recycling at home.
So where do our cups end up? Hundreds of thousands are discarded as litter, a growing number are recycled, but most end up in places like this, rubbish dumps and incinerators that burn garbage to create energy. A levy could inject a little more heat into companies' and coffee drinkers' efforts to make sure cups are reused.
Helen Thomas.